Hey everybody, Brenton here from RRAR Angus Ranch. Happy November 1st. Sure feels like fall around here. November 1st is also the day that I usually mark on the calendar for when I'm going to start feeding. We got a goose out. Whatever. It's like the damn funny farm around here. I just want to do a video today. It's Sunday. It's nice out today. It's about 42 degrees. A little breeze. Sun's shining though. Beautiful, clear blue skies. Pretty dang close anyways. So I'm going to do a few updates on some of the things around the farm that I did throughout the summer. That I never videoed. Sorry about the poor light. We'll just do this to start with since I'm standing here. Fuel tanks. And the mount. I built a double fuel tank vertical gravity feed mount, and then on the bottom I put a mount for a small fuel oil tank. I have an old house. Anyways, this spring when the oil prices went to crap, I bought those are 300-gallon fuel tanks. I bought them for $200 a piece, and that old fuel oil tank, which had diesel in it before, I bought that for $50 off a guy. So I had the steel laying around for the mount or the stand. So I threw it all together and made a stand and got it on some of the cheap fuel and gas that was around the country, I guess. Quick too, while we're here by the shop, we'll just go inside here quick. Found my son a snowmobile yesterday. Got a pretty dang good deal on that. Oh, by the way, we were in Rochester last week. He had a very, very good checkup. They did an MRI, and that came back completely clear. In fact, it looks better this time than it did last time. All the scar tissue, most of the scar tissue is even gone. No sign of tumor coming back or anything, so very good. We don't have to go back for 2 years now, and even then, we don't really have to see the doctors that were part of the tumor removal. It's just to see the dentist people, since he doesn't have like the bone and teeth and stuff on the left side of his face and his upper jaw from the middle back is all gone. It's just tissue up in there now, I guess. So anyways, I don't know if I did a video on this last fall. It's our chicken house. There's supposed to be a door over there. I just haven't cut the hole in the tie back yet. We put it in the barn last fall. It was in there last winter, but we're going to put it up in our yard up by where the chickens are at this year, and the ducks and the geese. There's not very many chickens left. We got a rogue coon out here that's been getting them. We came into this fall with probably over 20 chickens, and I think we're down to 5 or 6 left. Not very good. My wife is not a happy camper, to say the least. So anyways, instead of insulating on the inside and doing it the lazy way, putting studs on the outside, I'm going to put the insulation on the outside and go that route. Then I got some leftover tin where I was going to redo 2 calf shelters last fall over in the corral there. I just did one. I have the tin left from the other one that I did not do. So anyways, that's the scoop on that. I still have not gotten the feeder off of this. Actually, my brother just asked me about it yesterday if I'm ever going to do that. I told him, yeah, that's one up next, or one of the next things on the project list, probably actually after finishing that chicken house. So I can run that on the back of the tractor this year instead of having to bucket cubes this year. So anyways, let's go over here by the... Okay, update on the electric gate opener. Still works. That was probably one of the best investments we have made out here. Works like a charm. Never gave me one single bit. Go shut. The only thing that I'm going to do different on it is where it mounts to the post. This bracket mounts to the post. This old post is kind of a rotten piece of crap. I need to do something. I'm either going to put a different post in or something else so that it you know, mounts all the way around the post so it's nice and rigid, because I'm getting flex in there right now. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's not a very good mount either, mounting system that they got. But I just got the trickle charger on here. It's just a cheap little trickle charger from one of our local farm stores. Keeps it charged up. And it works like a charm. So go back and look at the cow shelter that I redid. I have not cleaned any manure around here yet either. I know I need to clean the barn out for sure yet, but I don't know if I'm going to get there. I'll get the barn cleaned out for sure, but I don't know if I'll get the rest of the lot cleaned out. We're planning to try, but if we don't, I guess. This is the calf shelter that we did. Not great by any means, but they sure used the crap out of it. You little turd. Got little kittens around here too that were born in the house, and they stayed in the house until they're big enough to come outside. And now they follow you everywhere like dogs. Oh, that's how them been getting in and out. This shelter, well, that shelter that I redid looked like this one when I redid it. So anyways, hey little turd. This little turd, jet. It's jet black. Makes sense. What else? Well, I think I said in my last video, the cameras severely saved my bacon a couple times again last year. Man, it's nice out. Especially after it's been so crappy out lately. I have to mention, when we were down in Rochester last week, at my son's appointments, we got to meet another YouTuber, and it was a good time. Met Dustin Adams from down in northern Iowa. Him and his family, super duper good dude. His family is awesome. They come up and met us in Rochester Sunday, a week ago today, and then I think it was Tuesday night we went down to their place. They had us down for supper. I got to check out his place. We were going to do a video, but just didn't get around to it. We're busy visiting stuff, so that's alright, I guess. I don't know today. But anyways, Dustin, thank you very much for the hospitality. We sure appreciate it. It was great to meet you guys. And my son talks about you, your kids, all the time. So I think they made friends for life, which is excellent. And I think we did too. So thanks again, man. Sure appreciate it, and I hope we can get together next summer somewhere. So anyways, back to updates. I don't know if I did an update on this. I built this last year. That's just an alleyway that I threw together before we preg checked last December. I'm going to drop a little video in here too of my heifers. To pasture this year. When we let them out to pasture, man, I've never been more proud of some animals that I've raised myself. They're absolutely beautiful, and my uncle brought them back while we were down in Rochester to the back to the farm, and he had them preg checked right away since he had them locked up, and 50% were open. 3 of the 6 were open. That's terrible. One of them, she was never going to breed. She didn't have her uterus, so it is what it is. And the other 2, we don't know what the deal is, but he had 30 of them there, and 10 of his were open. So we have no idea what's going on. The vet did say around the area last year, he said if animals didn't get bred in that first month for whatever reason, they didn't get bred. I don't know if it was the weather, the grass, whatever, because we went from really wet this spring to dry. So that stinks. I think he's not out here now. I'm not sure. He's probably in the barn. My steers, this is my one bottle calf, Elmer. One steer over there, he's going to be steaks come end of the year, around December. That was as soon as I could get an appointment to have them butchered, and I made that in April. But anyways, the one steer, he's got really bad joints. I'm sure you guys, if you watched any of my videos this spring, you remember seeing him. He's really bad now. I mean, he gained a lot of weight, but he's extremely lean, so I think we're just going to butcher him ourselves and use him for hamburger. But whatever. And then that heifer that didn't have a uterus and stuff like that, instead of selling her to somebody that might try and breed her or something, I think I'll just replace this steer that has the bad joints with her on the butcher block and sell the other 2. I'll probably, after I get the rest of my herd PG checked, I'll throw those in with whatever opens I may have. Hopefully none, but I do have one cow, the mother to this bottle calf. She's gonna go. It's unfortunate. Nice cow. I talked about it in the last video. She just didn't have milk. He obviously didn't get much for colostrum right off the bat either, because he's just stunted, and we didn't know what was going on with him to start with. And he was so skinny, we just thought he had something wrong with him. We were about ready to write him off, and then I decided, what the hell, I'm going to give him a bottle and see what happens. And he drank and drank and drank and drank. So mom just wasn't producing the milk. He was starving out. So I felt pretty shitty for that one, because I could have done something sooner, but how do you know? They can't tell you what's wrong. So yeah, got a few things to work on yet. I need to get all this crap here cleaned up, so I'm going to bring a bunch of gravel in here and fill this in, just for get it all leveled up, because I think I want to take and move my chute in this alley inside of here and make some sort of a working system inside, so that we don't have to do it outside, because working inside is so much nicer than working outside, especially if you gotta do anything in the winter. Oh, what else? I can go over here. I bought a truck about a year ago. I don't know if I don't remember if I did a video on that or not. Practically stole the dang thing. Somebody listed it on that Facebook Marketplace for 500 bucks. It's an old, it's like a 66 or 68 Chevy. I was thinking, oh crap, yeah, sounds good, decent truck, doesn't run, doesn't drive. So I messaged her really fast, the lady that was selling it. Took off, stopped in town, grabbed cash, went out there. There was nobody around or there in the house. I jumped in and hit the key, just went over a few times and took right off. Ran just unbelievably smooth. So I bought it, brought it home the next night. My brother gave me a ride down. We dumped some gas in it, and I drove it home for 500 bucks. Sweet deal. It's got an old wood box on it. I used to haul sunflowers around the area. It's a little tandem. I'm guessing it has a 366 in it. It's the big block. I'm guessing it's a 366. I haven't dug into it too far yet. But last fall, the co-op I worked for, just after about a week or so after I bought this thing, we loaded a train, and one of the cars in the train had about 300 bushels of oats in it. So we dumped it to reload the train or the car, and I bought the oats from the co-op at a pretty smoking price. So it was a good deal. Drove to town, loaded up 300 some bushels of oats, and brought it back, and I've been feeding that all winter. Between that and, oh, I'll show you that too. Last year, as you may know, or anybody from around here, with the stupid winter that we had, that stupid early storm in October that came October 13th, where we got 2 feet of snow. You can go back, I got a video on that crap. Pretty much everybody from this part of the country does too. Anyways, one of my neighbors combined some corn, and it was lighter test weight, so they were all running their corn through quick cleans to get rid of all the light crap. I was able to buy a tandem load of screenings for, well, I think it's pretty cheap. Farmers able to get rid of them, make a little bit of money, and I got some good feed for a good price, and we were all happy. So we took down the old horse corral or circle, whatever the heck horse people call them things where they ride horses around to whatever the heck it is. I don't even know. That was my wife's from when she was showing horses. So that's the continuous paneling for that back there. So I picked up some more of that. I can use around the farm, which is going to be handy. I need to, well, I already talked about that, the feeder mount. Oh yeah. Couple things here. This little hopper, I actually got that from work a couple years ago. It was actually a granular hopper for the back of a floater spreader years ago. I'm just going to use it for either a stationary bin for grain I can fill buckets out of or whatever. And then I mentioned it in my last video, but the baler I bought, 688 New Holland. Needed some work. I redid the pickup, put a bunch of poly bands in there. I didn't know how nice those would be, but compared to my uncle's, he's got a BR 7090 with all the metal bands in there yet. This thing whispers compared to his. It's amazing how much quieter the pickup is with those poly bands in there. And not to mention, if you hit a rock, it'll bend all the crap and cause a mess under there. The one thing that I was fighting this year that was driving me absolutely freaking nuts is the sisal twine that I've been using. I don't know if there's something wrong with it when I bought it, but it will not feed worth a shit until I get about the first 2 to 3 inches out of the roll of twine. After that, works just fine the whole way through. Start a new roll, same shit. Drove me freaking bananas. So if anybody has any advice on that, I sure would love to hear it. If it's just bad twine or what, I guess that's what it is. I don't have much left, so we'll just fight through it. But a couple of the loops down underneath by the tying arms are a little wore out from where the twine runs through, so I might try and weld those and build them up and smoothen it out again just to get rid of any sharp spots. It's not really even sharp, it's just they're kind of gouged from lots of twine going through there. This baler has, I think it had 11,000 some bales on it when I bought it, so it's still under 12,000. I did about 300 bales with it this year between grass, and I did like 82 bales of straw I put up at my neighbor's. The guy I bought the corn screamers from, actually, so it's really nice of him to drop that straw. Super duper nice straw. I went out and baled it up the same day they dropped it, so it worked really nice. But otherwise, I show you the cows and the calves, but they're out in the pasture, which is a good place for them. That means I don't have to feed them. I got a load of grass hay and 2 loads of alfalfa spoken for. They'll be here this coming week, the way it sounds. Buying it from the same guy I bought it from last year. He called me yesterday just to make sure I wanted it, and sounds like he's gonna bring it over this coming week in the evenings after I get home from work. So works out well for all of us. But this video is getting a little long-winded. It says 20 minutes. Hopefully I can cut her down a little ways. But anyways, everybody, thanks for watching. Sorry about the light, I'm terrible at this. Take care. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the thumbs up button if you would. And be watching for more videos. We're going to be weaning and PGing and all kinds of fun stuff here soon. And I'm going to try and do a better job of getting it all videoed this year. So anyways, everybody, take care, and we'll catch you next time.